happened on 29th. We had 7 games. Let's get into it. The first game is the Miami Heat losing to the Kings 113-119. Caleb Martin played just 26 minutes, had 3% of fouls. We still want to keep this guy. Do not drop him yet. I can see him getting consistent around 30 minutes most nights. Max Strus had it. No, he didn't really have it going. 4 for 15, hit 3 threes. He's just 3-point streamer. Jimmy Butler, not the best game, but fantasy wise, still provided solid assist, rebound, and steals. Bam, huge game from him. 23 points and finally good with his efficiency. Again, we need Bam to just get us more defensive stats. And 2 blocks here is good. He's an 83rd ranked player. With Bam, it's like if you punting threes, he does a little bit of everything. So other than threes, and really over the years, before Kyle Lowry gets there, I think he averaged about 5 assists. This year's is 2.7. That's a big drop off, and only 8 rebounds. So all those should go up, and maybe more steals. 1.1, maybe he can get more, and he can get more blocks as well. So it's but the last 2 years, he hasn't been the guy that we expect him to be. A guy that could average 1.3, 1.4 steals with 1.5 blocks. He hasn't been that guy, and the assist has come down quite a bit. And I don't think it's gonna really go up this year. That's why I don't really like him in the early third or late second because of those things. Tyler Hero having a huge year right now, 34 points with 5 threes, but didn't really do much. That's who Tyler Hero is. And Kyle Lowry, this is why he's still getting the minutes. That I think that's the most important thing. 37 minutes with 15 points, 5 assists, 2 steals, and a block. So overall, can't complain. Still play well. And we look at the Kings. Harrison Barnes had 5 fouls in 33 minutes. I think he's just a streamer. And Keegan Murray, great stuff. 5 blocks, 22 points, and his minutes going to be consistent. He's going to have a lot of high minutes, high usage as the season goes on. They try to develop him. Yeah, like many other rookies, the efficiency could be rough, but we just got to hold on to guys like that. A lot of upside as we get to the later part of the season. Sabonis fouled out. Before he did, he had an alright game. 7 rebounds and 18 points with 8 for 9 from the field. Kevin Huerter went off, 27 points, 7 assists, but use this opportunity to sell high on this guy because who knows where his minutes gonna be. His minutes also a little bit consistent after this explosion. Where's Kevin Huerter? He is 70th ranked player, so that's not too bad. We gotta roster him. He's gonna average 16, 17 points. But when he was on the Atlanta Hawks, we kind of know he's a guy that can do a bit everything: points, rebounds, threes, assists, and steals and blocks. So the main thing with him is just his efficiency is a little bit weak. And on this Kings team, I don't expect him to have a crazy usage either. De'Aaron Fox had 13 rebounds, 5 assists, 5 on the free throw line is really good. But either way, De'Aaron Fox is playing so much better than last year because now that Tyrese Halliburton is gone and maybe he's healthy. All right, Alex Len still playing 3 minutes. All right, let's go to the next game. The Warriors lost to the Charlotte Hornets in overtime. And look at Curry in overtime, 38 minutes. It was a big concern coming into the season. How many minutes Curry is gonna be getting in the regular season, and so far the minute has not been a concern. He's playing high minutes, and Jordan Poole finally got up to 36 minutes, even without the overtime. He took 20 shots, so that's more of Jordan Poole we want to see. He's still gonna be inconsistent. Maybe you can use this opportunity to do a 2-for-1 to sell this guy to get like a top 50 player, because I just don't think he's gonna get consistent. So after this game, he is the 107th ranked player. He could be inside top 90, 80 after like 2 or 3 big games, averaging 20 minutes, 16 points. All those is, and 1.5 steals is a little bit high for him, at only 81% from the free throw line this year. He's a 90% free throw shooter, so he'll improve in that area. But this is a good game, and I would try to sell high him. Klay Thompson, yeah, don't do anything with him. It's hard for you to sell high. I don't really see Klay Thompson going anywhere this year, and the minutes should probably go up and up So, if somebody drops him, right, and he started playing better, I would take, because at this point, he give you points and threes, and he's not even ranked. He gets no defensive stats. He doesn't really get to the free throw line. So really, just two category guy, and they're just better options out there. At the moment, maybe he'll improve. So we'll see. Come on, Looney, 27. Yeah, he's not really fantasy relevant. And Andrew Wiggins is a guy that we can rely on, getting the huge minutes. Didn't really do much, but the minutes is the encouraging thing. And Draymond Green had a huge game as well. 1 steal, 3 blocks. Draymond's got to prove himself this year. Yeah, he wants a big contract. I don't think he's gonna get it. We'll see what happens with his contract situation. But he should. 113th ranked player, yeah. But with him, you don't really want points and threes. You should be pounding those. And only averaging 1 steal and point 0.8 blocks. So those should go up, I think. Give him a few games, he'll have explosions. For the Charlotte Hornets, Gordon Hayward, 23 points. PJ Washington is the guy who went off. Yeah, try to sell high on PJ Washington, on Gordon Hayward if you can. And Kelly Oubre Jr. if you can't gain any value, because LaMelo Ball and Terry Rozier are both out. When those guys come back, they're not going to have as much value. I think it's kind of obvious. Mason Plumlee, we could continue streaming this guy or have him on your roster. Just provide solid numbers: 9 rebounds, 7 assists, and a steal. Let's go to the next game. The Brooklyn. What's going on with Nets this year? 125, 116. This is really bad. You lose to the Mavericks. That's okay. You lose to the Bucks earlier this week because they're both really good teams. But now you lose to the. Now you lose to the Pacers. Man. Okay. Isaiah Jackson started. Oh boy. And Miles Turner, okay, he's resting today. Turner is going to be a headed to all this year. I think if you own Turner, you already know it. Try to sell high on this guy because he's going to rest back-to-backs. He might get traded. There's just a lot of uncertainty. So if he goes off, and he's also drafted kind of high, so if he goes off trying to get a top 30, 40 player, do a 2-for-1, maybe even, I would definitely try to do that. Isaiah Jackson, 32 minutes, great. He's a must roster. Next game, he could be playing 20, but the upside is just too enticing. He could be a top, it's like a Robert Williams situation. If a trade comes down or whatever, and even 24 minutes, let's say, he could put up top 80, 90 numbers because he's going to give you 2 blocks, right? Looks really pretty, and he's a plus 25. Destroyed the Nets. But he's going to be inconsistent. Jalen Smith, 14 rebounds. We still need to roster him, but 3 for 14. I don't know what happened with him this game. Chris Duarte, not really interested. And Buddy Hield. This is just weird rotation. Tyrese Halliburton only getting 33 minutes this game. And Buddy Hield, Buddy Hield had a good game. That's why maybe. 17 points, 9 rebounds. I'll probably use this opportunity to sell high on Buddy. Because like Miles Turner, just a lot of uncertainty. And as we can see earlier in the season, his minutes is not consistent. Some nights he gets 25, some nights he gets 20, some nights he gets 35. So it depends on the matchup. And Benedict also had a huge game. Yeah, my God, on the waiver wire, you can't leave him on the waiver wire anymore. You have to pick him up. And also maybe use this opportunity to do a 2-for-1 to sell high on this guy because he's also going to have minutes issues. He's not going to get 33 minutes every game. But 10 for 10 on the free throw is huge. 32 points. This guy clearly can score and can shoot. Tyrese Halliburton, yeah, solid game. The minutes is interesting, but 8 assists, 3 steals, 26 points, can't complain. 6 for 6 on the free throw line, then 6 threes. Crazy efficiency coming out of this guy. And we look at Brooklyn Nets, it's Kyrie Irving, KD. They've been averaging 30 points, both those guys this week, and they can't win a game. KD really put up a defensive clinic. 3 steals and 4 blocks, 9 for 9 on the free throw line. Fantasy-wise, both the guys really, really fine, but in real life, what is going on? Ben Simmons put up together a pretty nice game too. 8 rebounds, 9 assists, a steal, and a block. Claxton getting 22 minutes because, I don't know, Joe Harris' minutes gone up. This is the worry with Claxton is that, once they get Joe Harris back full strength, they might start playing more small versus certain matchups. So Claxton's minutes may not be that consistent, may not crack 30 minutes. But if they're playing a big man matchup, for sure he's gonna get 30 minutes. So, you know, which is why that kind of makes sense. There's only very few big men in the league that like Jokic, Embiid, maybe 5 or 6 centers that just in and out consistent. You know, they're the best player on their team, so they're gonna get 35 minutes, 30 minutes, no matter what. Most teams, if your guy cannot really get on the perimeter and guard teams when they go small, they you know certain matchup they're just gonna play 30 minutes. So, but Claxton is fine. Still in 2 blocks, 9 rebounds. It's not bad in 22 minutes, and Joe Harris's minutes has been creeping up, but he's not gonna be fantasy relevant. He's just a streamer. All right, let's go to the next game. Philadelphia Sixers beat the Bulls. That's good. Harden 2 for 13. He's gonna be fine. He used this opportunity to buy low, I think. 11 assists, 2 steals, 11 for 11 from the free throw line. Like those 3 the boost he gave you for the free throw is huge. 11 for 11, just 15 points. I'm not worried about Harden. Tyrese Maxey also had a rough shooting night. And Joel Embiid, man. 25 and 7 is not bad. But last year, he was just, you check the scoreboard, 20 minutes by half every single game. He's still a buy low, I think. He should be a top 10 player. He's a 42nd ranked player right now this year. Really, really slow start. I don't know what's going on with him this year. Trying to integrate Harden because Harden had it going the first couple games. He kind of want Harden to take over. So we'll see. But they're gonna figure it out. I don't think I would worry about Joel Embiid too much. He's gonna be a top 10 player real soon. Tobias Harris, 31 minutes. Yeah, did a bit of everything, but not really high on Tobias. And Matisse Thybulle came in, played 20 minutes. And DeAnthony Melton, man, this man is just too good. But just 22 minutes here. But look at the stat line: 3 rebounds, 4 assists, a steal and block, and two threes. They should give this guy more minutes. If you know. I think he looks good in real life as well, not just fantasy. Giving 25 minutes consistently doesn't hurt, I don't think. For the Bulls, DeRozan, yeah, not that exciting since Zach LaVine came back. Same thing with Zach. 20 points, I mean, those guys are just going to give you 20 to 25 points a game. Zach's going to give you a lot of threes. DeRozan going to give you a lot more efficiency, but they don't really give you the peripheral stats, not really there. Patrick Williams, let's not worry about him. Caruso started because Ayo Dosunmu is out with an injury or illness or something. So if Alex Caruso gets 35 minutes, he's a must roster. Yeah, 3 steals and a block, 6 assists. So we could stream him in the short term for sure. And Vucevic finally shot the ball well. 19 rebounds, 3 assists. Huge game from him with 5 threes. This is a good start. But try to sell high. Maybe do a 2-for-1, get a top 20 player back. All right, let's go to the next game. I think Vucevic is going to have an all right year, but not top 20. He is a very nice guy to have because as a center, he gives you assists, give you threes. He give you, some little bit blocks as well. So if you have a guard team, for example, in category leagues, you pair him with him up. You can be competitive in rebounds because the volume of rebounds is so much, and he give you the stats that guard give you too. So a little bit scoring. All right, let's look at the next game. The Atlanta Hawks. The Bucks are undefeated. They have not lost a game, and without without Chris Middleton, and Trae Young went off. 42 points, 5 threes. There's no worries with Trae. It's just the steal numbers need to go up. That's the only thing. Everything else is pretty good. Dejounte Murray, not bad. 21 points, 6 assists, 2 steals, 3 threes, 5. Continue does what he does. If you draft this guy in the late second round, I don't think I'll be hating my life right now. Playing pretty well, and unlike many other guys in the top 25, whatever, he doesn't get hurt. No. He doesn't miss any. They will not sit him on the back-to-back if he's healthy. There's no rest with this guy. Clint Capella played okay, and Okongwu, of course, just 20 minutes. They're just, taking each other's minutes. John Collins cooled off a little bit. Try to buy low on this guy. I think he's going to have a big year. Still played 31 minutes, so that's no worse. Sometimes it's about the minutes. He's been getting consistent minutes. Even though Bogdanovic has been out, so we don't know what they're going to do with their rotation. But so far, he's been averaging 30 minutes, and he should be inside the top 30 right now, pretty comfortably. Yeah, he's a 27th ranked player. Top 30, top 40, no worries. If he can just get some, his efficiency is his strength. If he can just get more, wow, he's averaging 1.2 and 2 blocks so far this year. And how is he only 27? I thought it would be higher, but okay. Good stuff. And DeAndre Hunter, just a streamer, really. I think we all know who he is at this point. For the Milwaukee Bucks, Giannis, yeah. This is why you pick him second, yeah? 34 points, 17 rebounds, and you go pound free throw. A steal for assists, so good. Brook Lopez, a steal and 2 blocks, 5 threes, 21 points. Yeah, Lopez is a must roster as long as he's healthy. He might sit out some back-to-back games, but the blocks is too enticing. And block threes, he's just going to be a really high-ranked guy because, his blocks. Really, really valuable. But maybe he doesn't go, like, if you have a guard team, you have a lot of assists, a lot of steals. He doesn't really score that much either, but just give you a big boosting blocks. Javon Carter, yeah, not really fine. And Drew Holiday finally a good game as well. Yeah, not worried about this guy. I know he was shooting horribly. This is a huge game against the Atlanta Hawks. Who knows? Maybe Trey was guarding him. Probably not, but really good game to get him back in. Well, Chris Middleton's gonna be back. It's not gonna impact Drew and Giannis. Drew's value doesn't really come from high usage. It's the defensive stat. It's the assist. It's the rebounds. It's a little. He's not little, but he's also a decent rebounder. All right, let's go to the next game. The Oklahoma City Thunder beat the Dallas Mavericks 117-111. They just keep winning games. They're supposed to be tanking. I guess Shai is too good. You know where Shai is. Obviously, it's sell high. He's the #1 ranked player this year. Would you believe that? And he was getting drafted in the 4th round. He missed a game or two, but and look at the stat line. He 38 points, 8 for 8 on the free throw line, no threes, that's fine, and 56% shooting. He's just so good. Like, I would not trade him for like a top 20 player after games like this. If a top 10, yeah, like you give me Joel Embiid, I do that trade still. But man, he's gonna cool down for sure, 100%, and if he gets injured, he's gonna be out for a while. But my God, what a start to the season! He's the #1 ranked player, averaging 31 points, well 2.4 steals. That's not gonna 1.2 blocks now, 50% shooting. So a lot of things gonna come down, but his usage is great. Like we know about that. Well, Josh Giddey being out also may help his assist numbers a little bit. 9 assists, but yeah, what a beast. Trey Man, I think we could still stream him as long as Josh Giddey is out and Lou Dort play 40 minutes. It's just the points and threes. But Josh Giddey is going to be back eventually. Jalen Williams is interesting. He had a good game. 4 steals and a block. That really stands out. But he's not going to get this many defensive stats. The thing is, just Josh Giddey comes back. I don't really see any of the bench guys getting consistent 30 minutes yet. Maybe toward the end of the season. Who knows? Maybe Shai's out. Maybe Shai's out done for the season. Then those guys are going to start popping off. Darius Bazley came in, played 26 minutes. I mean, this guy's minutes is not consistent. And Pokuševski started at the center. He's interesting. We could have him. You could stream him, but the minutes is not really consistent. You got a back-to-back, sure. If you need some counting stats across the board. And Luka Doncic played 40 minutes. Fouled out. This game went to overtime, yeah. But the biggest thing with Luka this year is the free throws. Now, this is obviously not ideal, 79%, but it's not bad. Consider where Luka was. So if Luka is gonna have he's the 4th round player, yeah. If he can shoot, let's say, 83%, that would be huge. That make him top 5 player. Because so many points, so many rebounds, so many assists, so many threes, right? A little bit lack of defensive stats, but not too worried. Dorian Finney-Smith, 13 points, 2 blocks. Sure, just a streamer. Same thing with Reggie Bullock. If you need threes, that's all he does. And Christian Wood, he just comes off the bench now, and just gonna give you solid rebounds and points and some threes. The main thing is his free throws. So if you have, if you're not pounding free throws with Christian Wood, I would try to sell him. Just get eco value back, seriously, because he's just hurting you more than he's helping you out. All right, let's go to the next game. The last game of the night, the Grizzlies and Ja Morant is out. He's had a really good start of the season. Oh, wow, he's ill, so not anything serious. He's had a good, really pretty good start of the season, and but I think we know Grizzlies can win games without Ja Morant, right? Their bench is really really good. You know their record last year with without Ja Morant is insane, insanely good. So with Ja out, Dylan Brooks and Desmond took over. Desmond is a sell high in my opinion. He is inside of the top 25 or something. Yeah. He is the 26th ranked player. If I can get a top 25 player right now, I would do it. Who is struggling? Let me think. If I can get Bradley Beal for Desmond Bain, I 100% do it. Even though it's kind of close. Paul George, yeah. Paul George. Paul George is like, he's another guy who's been underperforming quite a bit, yeah. If I can get Dylan Brooks, sorry, not Dylan, Desmond Bain, plus somebody for Paul George, maybe a top 100 player, I would 100% do it. He's just shooting super hot. He had one huge game last week as well, 38 points. You know, when all the guys come back and healthy, I just don't think he have the usage yet. Just mainly a 3 point and points guy. He doesn't offer too many defensive stats. Trey Jones, Tyus Jones, every time Ja Morant is out, he's a must roster, must stream. 23 and 10. He's not going to do this every game. And Santi Aldama, we still have to hold him. Just 30 minutes didn't really do much. And if he goes off, we try to sell him because the JJJ is going to be back. I don't think he's out for season. We just don't know when. And when JJJ does come back, he's going to lose all the minutes. Dylan Brooks, 30 points, good stuff. 3 steals. Try to sell high. Yeah, because Ja is out. For the Jazz, Lauri Markkanen just keep it going. 23 points. And Kelly Olynyk, these two dudes, man, super, super good. Lauri Markkanen. And he's a guy that, you know, I'm going to be careful when I sell high. You know, how high can he really go? He can be top 30 this year. So he's got all the usage on this team, just everything. 23 and 9, 5 assists, a steal, and a block. Good stuff. Kelly Olynyk, this is what this man can do. He's a top 20 player. He was a top 20 player a couple years ago for a little while when he was getting 30 minutes. And he can definitely do that on this team. I just don't know when, like, what's going on with him. You know, are they going to play more, give more minutes to young guys? One good thing is, like, Jazz, they're clearly not trying to tank. They're trying to win games. So maybe they're gonna play veterans a bit more. Vanderbilt at the center, not bad. 7 rebounds, 7 assists, really good actually. So right with him, Jordan Clarkson, 21 points. Yes, with all the guys gone, and Colin Sexton with Mike Conley out. Yep, Conley played 19 minutes, but I would not pick him up after this game. Malik Beasley, same thing. It just as long as Mike Conley's there, he's gonna play 25 to 30 minutes, and you know they're not getting that minutes. All right, that's it for all the games, guys. I'll see you next time.